And now we get word from the coach that Angel Reese is going to have a modified role.
Did the Chicago Sky just bench one of the WNBA's most talked about stars and do it with a smile? Because that's what it feels like. Just weeks before the season opener, Angel Reese, the queen of double-doubles and a viral force on and off the court, was handed a brand new role. But it wasn't a promotion, it wasn't a tweak. It was a complete rewrite of her identity. A shift so sharp, so sudden, that fans weren't just confused, they were furious.
And new head coach Tyler Marsh is busy installing a different vision for Chicago's offense. The Sky plan to use second-year power forward Angel Reese much differently than how she was deployed in her rookie season.
What makes this moment so explosive isn't just the basketball side. It's the timing. It's the silence. It's the fact that the new head coach Tyler Marsh didn't just shuffle the roster. He shoved Angel out of the paint, pushed her toward the perimeter, and handed the keys to someone else. Someone newer, someone quieter, someone who just might become the new face of the franchise. And now, one of the WNBA's most recognizable names is stuck watching the offense reroute in real time.
Angel Reese, preseason, part 2, let's get it! What they say about layups, harder than nuclear physics. Bang! She's a point forward now, and nobody's more excited than opposing defenses. Time for the vintage underhand scoopity shot from 3 feet. Yep, there it is. Bang!
In one press conference, the Sky's entire playbook shifted. Gone was the offense centered around Angel Reese's rebounding and putbacks. In its place, a vision where Camila Cardoso, the 6 feet 7 inches Brazilian powerhouse, becomes the focal point in the paint. And Angel? She's being asked to play further from the rim, stretching the floor and hitting mid-range jumpers, a move that feels like swapping a wrecking ball for a paintbrush.
The Chicago Sky's offense will no longer run through Kennedy Carter. Carter averaged 17.4 points per game in 2024, leading the Sky in scoring. Interesting. It should lead straight through, I believe she's what, 6'6"? Camila Cardoso down in the paint. That's who it should lead through. That's who it better lead through.
For a second-year forward who dominated the glass as a rookie, this wasn't just a new role. It was a demotion disguised as development. Fans were quick to pick up on it. Her double-double streak, the very stat that turned her into a star, is now on life support. The paint is no longer her sanctuary. It's Cardoso's kingdom now. And just like that, Reese went from being the heartbeat of the team to an experiment in perimeter spacing.
It sounds like they're going to pull her out further from the basket, and I wonder how her fans are going to feel about that. If she's further away from the basket, that doesn't mean there's going to be a lot of, or as many, I would believe, offensive rebound opportunities for one Angel Reese.
Reese didn't just build a stat line last season. She built a brand. From LSU to the pros, her identity was forged on rebounds, hustle, and putting up gritty numbers that earned headlines. Who could forget her 19-board eruption against Indiana that went viral overnight? That wasn't just a game, it was a declaration. Angel Reese was here to dominate, and she was doing it her way.
If she's not as close to the basket on offense, which she shouldn't, it should clear out the paint and underneath the basket for Camila to be able to rebound. And we know she can hit layups. We've seen them. We've seen them over and over. I've seen plenty of videos.
So when fans caught wind of her role changing, it didn't feel like strategy. It felt like sabotage. On social media, supporters erupted, accusing the Sky of trying to erase a legacy before it even had time to bloom. They saw this move not as a basketball decision, but a targeted attempt to chip away at what made Angel a household name. To them, the Sky weren't just adjusting. They were dismantling everything that made Reese special.
Chicago Sky wanted to take mid-range jumpers. Okay. However, Marsh wants her to add more versatility to her shot selection by hitting mid-range jumpers 10 to 15 feet from the basket. She's working on being able to shoot off dribble, and when the play call is for a catch and shoot. Yeah, but what does that mean? Because she's... look, we've all seen videos of her practicing. She's got a very, very slow as syrup release out there. So that should be interesting against anybody that's got any kind of a wingspan.
Then came the silence. While her teammates showed up to training camp, adjusting to Marsh's new vision, Angel was nowhere to be found. No public comments, no Instagram lives, no defiant tweets, just radio silence. And in a media landscape that thrives on noise, Angel's absence became its own headline.
And they want her to shoot more mid-range. This should be very, very interesting.
Fans and analysts scrambled to make sense of it. Was this protest? Was she emotionally spiraling? Or was she simply plotting her next move behind closed doors? Whatever the reason, the message was loud and clear. Angel wasn't thrilled, and for a player so deeply tied to fanfare and visibility, going dark only amplified the drama. This wasn't a calculated PR move. It felt like someone blindsided and bruised.
And I think Angel's really good. I think she's really good, and I just think the team would be better if, you know, they anchored their defense around the elite defensive player and kind of ran their offense, maybe not through Camila because she's not going to pass it, but run their offense to the elite finisher.
Meanwhile, Camila Cardoso was stepping into the spotlight with all the grace and dominance you'd expect from a former NCAA champion. The timing couldn't have been more poetic or suspicious. Just days after showing out with her national team, Camila was announced as the centerpiece of the Sky's offense. It didn't feel like a coincidence. It felt like a coronation.
Per Julie Poe of the Chicago Sun-Times, Reese has yet to post up at training camp as she learns the new role for the offense. Oh, this should be very interesting. Quote, for Reese, that means adapting to a modified role that will tap into her full potential as a stretch four.
And the optics? Let's just say they weren't subtle. The soft-spoken, internationally beloved newcomer was suddenly occupying the same space Angel once ruled. She wasn't just playing a new role, she was living in Angel's old one. The very rebounds that made Reese famous were now Camila's for the taking. And in a league that's always watching for the next big thing, Cardoso looked like a brand the Sky were more than ready to bet on.
The McDonald's sponsoring the first ever fry cook in the WNBA. Bag work is off the dollar menu, man. What is this junk? Bang! Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And most importantly, Mother Teresa, Mother Nature, and Mother 2. I'm watching because of me too. Bang! Did you know a croissant's most important ingredient is butter? Yes, butter. Butter. Butter pecan. Bang!
Within hours, Twitter turned into a war zone. Hashtags like #FreeAngel and #SkySabotage started trending as fans jumped into full-blown conspiracy mode. Accusations flew. Was this a power play to tank Angel's stats before her next contract negotiation? Was Camila brought in to overshadow her on purpose? In the absence of answers, the internet created its own.
If she's not as close to the basket on offense, which she shouldn't, it should clear out the paint and underneath the basket for Camila to be able to rebound. And we know she can hit layups. We've seen them. We've seen them over and over. I've seen plenty of videos of her hitting plenty of layups. That could be better for the offense.
Comment sections were lit with outrage. Demand a trade, one fan wrote. They don't deserve you, another declared. It wasn't just frustration. It was heartbreak mixed with betrayal. Fans who had watched Reese go from college phenom to WNBA powerhouse now feared she was being erased in plain sight. And the team? Silent. The narrative spun on without them.
Reese will never post up again, but Marsh understands if the Sky want to build an effective offense, they need to start building out space in the half court. I don't hate that, to be honest with you.
But here's where it gets complicated. While the online world screams foul play, the numbers tell a colder story. Reese's shooting percentage hovers just above 39%, and that's mostly from close range. Her shot mechanics are slow. Her release? Clunky. Coaches aren't asking her to become Steph Curry overnight, but in today's WNBA, you need to do more than rebound and put back bricks. You need range. You need flexibility.
In an offense where her primary goal was to post up, she made just 39.1% of her field goal attempts, and we know from 5 foot in, she was the most inefficient field goal percentage shooter.
And yet, Reese isn't budging. Instead of embracing the new role, she's treating it like exile. Fans might see this as loyalty to her brand, but coaches likely see it as resistance to growth. The modern game doesn't wait, it moves on. And the question now isn't whether Angel can evolve, it's whether she even wants to. Because from the outside looking in, she's choosing to dig in while the rest of the league stretches out.
He may also be fully aware that a massive hole in Angel Reese's game is the fact that she will catch a rebound and then proceed to put up 4 shots to make 1. Again, all the while, people around the perimeter were sitting back going, I'm open, throw me the ball so I can shoot an open 3. Nah, that ball's never coming back out. That's where the ball goes to die.
There's no denying Angel Reese has the spotlight. Her jersey sales are off the charts. Her social following rivals chart-topping musicians, and her name is never far from a trending list. But when it comes to performance, raw, efficient, championship-caliber output, Reese's game hasn't kept pace with her fame. The highlight reels start and end with rebounds. Everything else, it's inconsistent, it's clunky, and it's falling short of what today's league demands.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually feel a little bit better about her standing back further away from the basket, shooting jumpers. I do, actually. Now that I've seen how bad her inside game is, it's still going to be interesting because her claim to fame is what? Double-doubles.
The truth is brutal. Being a media icon won't save you when the shot clock's ticking and defenders are sagging off your jumper. In a league that now values spacing, versatility, and ball movement more than brute strength under the rim, Reese's old-school style is starting to feel like a mismatch. You can't build an offense around one-dimensional play. And the moment Angel's put-back game started dragging the offense down, the coaching staff had no choice. They had to pivot, even if she wouldn't.
But if she's already away from the basket, maybe that will force the hand. And again, Camila shoots much better from the field, much higher percentage close to the basket.
This isn't just about basketball. It's about control, about image, about how franchises mold their talent behind the curtain. When the Sky brought in Camila Cardoso, it wasn't just about adding height and rebounding. It was about shifting the narrative, moving from the player with Instagram buzz to the one with actual upside. It was a statement. We want long-term, not just viral moments.
Apparently, we got to talk about the conspiracy. The conspiracy surrounding Camila Cardoso. That the only reason why Camila Cardoso is, I'm pretty sure the only reason she's on the Sky, it seems, is to diminish Angel Reese. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to struggle to find the logic.
And that shift, it speaks volumes. While Angel is doubling down on her identity, Camila is buying into the system. While Reese disappears from training camp, Cardoso is learning, adjusting, building chemistry. This isn't favoritism. It's forward thinking. And Marsh, whether people like it or not, is betting that Cardoso's ceiling is higher. In the end, this move isn't just about who's best now. It's about who can become great tomorrow.
But everything is you're already hearing them come out there and saying that she should request a trade because they've said Camila is their number 1 option. But let's be real.
Angel Reese is standing at a crossroads. On one side, evolution, expanding her game, becoming more than just a rebounder, and silencing the critics through action. On the other, obsolescence, holding on to a role that no longer fits and watching the league leave her behind. It's not personal, it's professional. And the league, unforgiving as it is, rewards the players who adapt, not the ones who pout.
Seeing all of this, I genuinely stand by the fact that there are people, so many WNBA fans do not watch basketball. And it's actually crazy seeing takes from people that literally, I can guarantee you, do not watch the sport, be amplified. Genuinely.
What Angel does next will shape her entire legacy. If she steps up, embraces the new role, and proves she's more than just a stat machine, she could reshape her entire narrative. But if she stays stuck, if she refuses to stretch her game, refuses to show up, and lets the drama define her, then she may become the cautionary tale in a league that's built on evolution. The Sky aren't villains, they're realists. And now, all eyes are on Angel to see if she's ready to rise or be replaced.